I think it was a fabulous year in the sense that it was unpredictable. You couldn't tell what's going to work, what's not going to work. There was immense choice, immense variety. There was this tussle between OTTs and cinemas, which is great for both, actually, which means greater choices too. So, yeah, and stuff came from all over the place. And of course, we rediscovered the South, as it were. South rediscovered something else. Something else discovered somewhere else. So, it was an interconnected world, as it's always been, but finally getting out of home, getting entertainment which is not just OTTs, which is also theaters, and within OTTs getting into options which is far beyond just series and movies. Well, I think what became quite clear to a lot of people is one, movies is not a necessity, right? So you need to create that necessity, that need to get out of home, especially when you've spent 18 months watching everything in your OTT platforms, whether it's on your mobile phones or on your home screens, right? Television for that matter. So I think spectacle does that. It sort of drives you to get out of home because that you believe is something you can't catch at home in the same way. The theatrical experience, the collective awe of the big scale visual. And I think Brahmastra sort of did that for Hindi films. They're much needed, big numbers for Bollywood in the sense of creating a spectacle that was absolutely unparalleled. It was world class. The kind of money that was spent in creating that special effect was something that you would expect only from Hollywood, purely because Hollywood has a global audience. So it can spend that kind of money knowing that the whole world is going to watch it. It was Disney, a Hollywood studio, right, for once spending on content which is not just American. I don't know if they're going to ever do it again, but certainly they spent about 750 crore, and of which a good portion was spent in the first edition of Brahmastra itself. So it created a franchise. I wish it was a better story, though. I wish it, but I guess, it sort of will unravel as we watch the second and the third parts, a trilogy after all. But yeah, so there was that element. There was secondly the element of RRR. Right, this hardcore masala, mainstream, Manmohan Desai kind of 70s entertainment, a bromance, as it were, in the mainstream space. And of course, we'd seen this before, but we'd never seen it with that much technical advancement in place. Right, and that was a huge one for us, coming from the director of Bahubali, that's S.S. Rajamouli. So there was already a huge expectation, and he delivered in a way that was fantastic. And I think it was not just Indians, it is also people who watched RRR on Netflix, right? And there was a massive group that came together and got so excited about the film in Japan, in America, that they decided to project it in the cinemas there. And then the word of Rajamouli grew, the word of RRR grew, the roar, as it were, it grew. And we've come to a point where I'm having this conversation in December end, in 2022, and it's good chances are that the movie will be nominated for the Oscars in a way that no Indian movie has come close. Of course, we've had like a Salam Bombay and Mother India and Lagan, but those were just for international picture where they're all competing with entries from other countries. This is hardcore Oscars we're talking about, hardcore American mainstream cinema we're talking about. And yeah, I think the next step for Rajamouli is really going to be a Marvel movie. And what stops that from happening? Is this going to be the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon moment for India? Who knows? But I'm saying these two things speak of the volume that you can create, the buzz you can generate from technology. And that's RRR globally and Brahmastra within India, of course.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.